Welcome back, growers. It is Thursday, July 10th, and we're here to learn as we grow. I am potting a few of my fall crops into bigger containers, into their own containers so they can have their own little home, getting them stronger before they head out into the garden. So, what crops I'm working with is what we're going to talk about. My fall planting schedule, specifically for Minnesota, Zone 5A. Minnesota has more than one zone, depending on where you are. The soil mix I'm using, the containers, and any tools I'm going to talk about. So I'd love to hear from you as you come into the conversation here live or in the replay watchers crew. What fall crops are you starting or prepping? It might not be right now. If you're in zone 3, you might be just getting started on your summer garden. Uh, if you are a zone ahead of me, you might not be able to grow anything right now. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. What's your plan for a fall garden if you are going to plant one? Is there any kind of succession planting you're doing, even if just with your summer garden? I'd love to hear about it. And then, are there any crops that you overwinter in your space? So here I have a 1020 tray that is a 72 cell. So here's the roots at the bottom coming out, and here's what the top is. It's a mix of different things, and I have it sitting in a tray of water because I wanted these to be well watered for the transplanting. And so what's right here is what we're going to work with today together, and there's no labels on it, so you can say whatever you want about that. It's probably cabbages. I don't know if there's any kohlrabi or broccoli in here. It's one of those guessing games. Like, this is red cabbage. Something in here is cabbage. This is lettuce. I'm leaving it in the 72 cell, and I'm probably gonna put it in the garden just like this, like multi-sown. And then this is lettuce, and this is beets. And then there's some bunching onions that barely did anything. So what's gonna happen is we're taking a plug out. I'll show you the plug. We're taking a 6 cell that looks like this. We're going to use some of our Fox Farm potting soil. This one is the ocean floor or whatever that's called. There's a white bag and then a brown bag. I use both. This is just what I had. I have a scoop to scoop some soil into the bottom, just to put some in there to get started. I use my hands to push the soil down where it needs to go. And then I have this other cup sitting here because I didn't sift anything out. So, like, some of the chunks I'm finding, wood particles, definitely don't need to be in this mix. And our end product is everybody in their own little home. So the point of this is so they can get stronger, right? So when I do eventually take them outside, we can have success, hopefully. Radio Jonesy on tour. What? I was going to go live, and the Boomerang Girl is live. You can go live. Oh, I won't be long on this. I'm top fan. I have a crown. Woohoo! Yeah, you're number one. So here I'm putting my finger in the hole in the bottom of the 72 cell. And here's what is going on with our plant. So here's the root structure. I multi-sowed these, so I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 plants for sure. Anything that's weak and little, I'm not keeping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my thumbs to push all the way up and down. And I don't know if you can hear my dog. I can kind of open this up flat. And then I'm just going to pick a plant and gently tease the roots, right? So what I'm left with is this system here, this long root system, and this is the plant. The reason I'm doing it at this stage is because it does have its true leaves, and I'm trying not to shock it so much. So in my 6 cell, I did place some soil in there. I have one started right here that I need to finish filling. I like to use my finger to poke a hole. I'm going to place the root system in there, and then I'm going to backfill it and hold the plant up straight the best I can. I can use my thumb and my middle finger to kind of hold the stem of the plant and use my other hand to put soil all around it. And then we're just using a little bit of pressure to dampen it down so everybody's in their place. This soil has been pre-moistened. I didn't put any worm castings in it only because they're at the garden site. Okay, so we can be on a feeding schedule with these seedlings using a diluted fish emulsion with water every 2 weeks. I have a fan and a light on them in the house because outside is crazy right now. So to be able to get these without stressing them out, it's just I'd rather do it in the house. So if I find that I do this and I damage a plant, I just toss it in the compost pile. Cuz look, I have so many, right? We were a little heavy-handed because you never know what's going to grow, what's not going to germinate for you, or if something's going to happen. I could potentially transplant all these outside and they all get damaged and I have to start over from a hailstorm or something. So here I'm still working on that same cluster. There's the root system. There's the growth at the top. I'm in my 6-cell and everybody gets their own little home. Backfilling the soil that's been pre-moistened. This is a Fox Farm potting mix. And I'm putting it in its own. This tray right now is the one that has holes in it. This 1020 tray is a solid tray. So like this 72 cell is sitting in a solid tray to bottom water. So I'm kind of working in the blue tray, but they're going to live in the black tray. And then I'll bottom water them. But for this purpose here, this is how I have it set up for my living room demonstration. So that one's full, that one's full. I have one more plant from that first plug. So this is the most tedious thing ever. If you've ever sown a bunch of seeds to start your own plants, that does not take long at all. You don't even want to stop. And then you get to this point and you tell yourself, wow, why did I sow this many seeds? Okay. So I am going to grab my bucket of water, rinse my hands, and touch the mouse here for a second. Okay, let's see here. Here we go. In back the chat. Very cool. Mobius, what are we doing here? We are taking this 72 cell tray of fall crops. And I'm only up potting this side. This is they're all unmarked, but I kind of know what those are just by what they look like. It's either broccoli or cabbage or kohlrabi. And I'm just doing as much as I think is possible. Like we're going to do some red and some green things. Those leaves look different than those leaves. So I need a tray of those leaves and a tray of those leaves because nothing's labeled. I'm leaving the lettuce in here. It's multi-sown in the plug. And I'm going to plant it like that out in the garden when it's time. It's not time yet. And then same with, I have beets. Oh, come here. That one's not strong enough to pull out. I have beets multi-sown. And I'm going to plant them just like that when they go out in the garden. And I have a couple of bunching onions that did not germinate well whatsoever. Now I got to do this again. So I needed to get this done. I finally got the supplies back home because they were all at the garden. And I have a spare minute. And I thought I would take you all with me while I do this. Plus, this is kind of a nice setup to do it right here at this little table thingy that I set up. Mobius says, oh, I have to up pot in the next week or so. I'd love to hear as you come in. Even if it's not a fall crop, whatever you've got going on, I want to hear about it. There's spring fails that you decided to do a second time. I mean, there's people in like zone 3 that I think they're just starting. Oh, Bowtie, look at you sneaking in here. So you can unfail. Yeah, Mobius. I talked about how I could get these grown strong and healthy, transplant them out in the garden, and then sabotage occurs. Animals, kids step on them, a hailstorm comes, a flood. and then I need my backups. So my plan is to do as much as I can for what I brought home for as far as supplies. So if I run out of soil or I run out of 6 cells, then I have to stop. And they can just stay in their plug until I go get, like, this one looks like it's just one in there. I don't need to, oh, you can't see it. I don't need to pull this one out. He can stay there if he's just one little guy. I talked about the potting mix that I have, and then if I come across big wood pieces, because I didn't take the soil and sift it through a screen beforehand. I've never done that. Do I wish I did that every time? But I still haven't completed that step in the process. Bow tie, it was completely accidental. Yeah, Adam, you're cheating. You have an apron on. I remembered to put an apron on. I am gonna take it off later though. Um, it's one of the kangaroo pouch things. So technically, ugh, it folds up and then you have a pouch, but I have it put down right now. Yeah, I did. I put an apron on to make it look like I'm one, borage, because only one survived and I want more. I direct sowed a bunch of borage and I don't see any borage growing, so that's a fail for me. Two, chicory, because I thought they would live and they died instead. I don't know if I threw any chicory seeds out. Jay Dixon, good day to all from Huron County, Midwestern Ontario, Canada, and the lee of Lake Huron. Well, it's always great to see you, Jay. Number 3 from Mobius is St. John's wort because they did the same thing as the chicory. You're welcome, Mobius. The bat signal went out. Oh, thank you, Bowtie, for doing that. So, Florida Sunshine Tropicals, you know, David the Good is live right now, right? Look at how cute you look. You're so cute yourself, saying that to me in public. Oh, Robin Gardens, hello from Chicagoland. I just got back from the Wisconsin property. Ooh, that means you probably made a video. I planted successions of beans, squash, cukes, chard in the Seed Library's kitchen garden project. Those are all wonderful things to have a succession planting of to keep going in the summertime. I love it. Glenn C. Hello, Shawnee in chat. Welcome to the conversation. Jay Dixon says, Shawnee Grows, can you tell me the rules for YouTube as I help you with the watch hours on your playlist? For example, interact every hour, sound on. Do they have it printed somewhere? Because it's just stuff I hear say from people. Like, uh, sound has to be up. If you're watching multiple videos in a row, you should leave a comment on them so you're interacting with it. Okay, let's see here. YouTube. How do I type this in? And then if you've already watched it before on that device, it doesn't count. It only registers once. Is also the other thing I heard. If anybody has actual rules. What does this mean? Oh, sound up a bit for when you play the videos for watch hours. Bowtie is catching up. Did everyone take a nap today after last night's show? Yes, I just saw. I checked in to see if he was covered and wanted to pop in. Yeah, Bowtie's been. We'll see if it works. um. Yeah, I don't know if they've posted publicly like how to make it count. Let's see here. I don't know how to search for this right now at this time. I don't have a list of rules, Jay. It's just stuff that I've heard people say. Radio Jonesy on tour. Shawnee is chasing 3,000 watch hours for this weekend. Yeah, but it's 5 days behind, so we won't know till next week if we made it this week. You know what I mean? To celebrate. Yes, comment, stop, click off for a bit, watch some other stuff, come back, so it like counts. Jay's talking to Adam. The JBot must go in for updates and refurbishment periodically. Is not on. Excuse me, sorry. Ooh, what does Robin know? I read that you can watch it a second time and have it count. Oh, but there needs to be a period of time between to count as a view. I don't remember how long. Yeah, it's like, do they even have it? Oh, I think I scrolled too far. Carol says it may shut those hours down if you aren't stopping in between, but who knows? It's a crapshoot. Yeah, exactly. Whoa, fireworks again. Party over there. It's fireworks season from June to October. Sometimes it goes in Christmas too, around Minnesota here. Miss Sharon, I was thinking about you today, wondering where you are and what you're doing and how your garden's weather stuff is happening. What's going on? Tell me all the things you know. Thank you for reminding everybody to be on live chat or all messages. Okay. Whoa, Dave Knight. Hi, a 24-hour Shawnee-a-thon. My family would not allow that, okay? Next one. So what we're doing is I've got my 6 cell and I've put some soil, some potting mix that's been moistened in the bottom to have a little base foundation like we're building a house, right? And then I'm taking my finger. Ooh, it popped right out. Did you see that? That one was excited to take a plug out. And there's the root structure. See how it's sticking together? So that tells me we're ready to go to their new home and they have their true leaves. And this one, I have 1, 2, 3 that actually look healthy. Whatever that is, I'm not keeping. Okay. So I use my thumbs and I press it open to get to the roots, right? And so I'll pull them apart and tease them apart. And here's this one's root structure. Guess the plant based upon the leaves. And I put it in its new little home. And then I will backfill as I go. I do have a fall garden planting schedule, and the only reason I have it, because I did not get it from a funny tool, a great tool, I shouldn't call it funny, like Seed Time, if you've seen that system. I didn't get it from Seed Time. I actually got it from a Minnesota gardening Facebook group. There's this guy in there that moderates, and he does a fantastic job at telling people where they should be when for planting. There is kind of a trick, like adjust it to your area. So if you do it on a certain day, like let's say July 15th, you plant something out and you realize it didn't work out for the year, bump it back 2 weeks or forward 2 weeks, depending on the situation. So he gives you like a baseline to go off of, and then you adjust it as you go and grow, right? Okay, so now that this one's full, fill up my scooper cup. If I find any wood pieces, it goes in this cup. Hold the plant up and backfill, pressing it in just a little. So yes, we're sharing. Do we do a fall garden where you are? Are you thinking about a fall garden at this point in your growing season? Are you planting a second round of summer crops? When do you start your fall crops? All valid points to talk about. And you also can just free chat amongst yourselves to keep the chat rate up. You guys are good at that. I said earlier that this part takes forever. When you seed the stuff, it's like bam, bam, bam. I just want to keep planting seeds. And then you have to transplant stuff. And I could have just started in this 72 cell with 1 seed per cell. But then there's this huge risk of what if it didn't germinate? And then it's like, well, do I do 2? And then you just start mixing a whole bunch more. Okay. Next one. I am not going to do the lettuce for those of you joining now. I'm not doing the lettuce or the beets or the bunching onions. All I'm doing is the stuff that looks like it's a broccoli or a kohlrabi or a cabbage. I'm going off of what the leaves look like. So far I've got a little bit of a mix of the green ones. So let's pull out one of the dark, because this has got to be a red cabbage. What else would this be? There's only 2 in that one. Do these all have like... Well, I'll take them out and put them in their own home anyways. This is what the leaves look like for this one. There's our roots. Put it in the home. I'm also looking to see what looks healthy. If something's small, I don't really want to disturb it. These look pretty tall. Lots of roots on these. These grow really well in these trays. Epic Gardening and Bootstrap Farmer is where I buy my equipment. Where should we go next? This one? I also have to decide if I'm gonna get hoops and netting for all these brassica cabbagey plants for the fall garden to protect them from that lovely white cabbage moth butterfly thing. Because I don't have any of that, and I never ordered some, and now you're doing all this work, and it's like, well, do they even fly around in the fall? I can't even remember. Do I need protection in the fall? If these are mature, they can take a little bit of frost. But if they're a baby, that's too risky. They gotta have mature leaves. Because we can get frost October 5th, as early as October 5th. Like a hard freeze. Does that happen lately? I mean, nothing's the same anymore. I mean, come on. Don't get me started on weather. Nothing's the same as when I was a little girl for weather around here. Bam. Okay. Everybody's in their own home. Rinse off our fingers. Check out the chat. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Wish there was like a little star tab I could poke in the chat so it stops moving. There's a new laptop? Yeah, that's a whole thing. Carol's noticing that we have a good amount of wrenches, and she's a busy lady. MKP, hello everybody. Everyone seems to be live tonight. We'll check in with everyone. You just got done bedding the chickens, so now it's me time. Ooh, exciting. Garden is still drowning and frying at the same time, says Miss Sharon. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm on the TV, says Outback Tasmania. It's Storms, Radios, and Cats. Welcome to our planting party. And I'm on a laptop. Full moon tonight. Time to plant again. I have 120 days till first frost zone 6A. Wow, 120 days is so long. So, are you going to say what you're going to plant? Or do you want to explain why you should plant on the full moon, Dave? Do you want to type all that in? Adam says, nozzle in one hand watering, phone in the other, trying to type like a drunk chicken. Yeah, the one finger peg thing. Mobius, I don't expect anyone to remember, but because we had a chat on Enoch's channel about my curry spices, and I was doing unfail plantings anyway. Please hit the thumbs up, everyone. Mobius, I planted some curry seeds from my spice cabinet less than a week ago. And they are sprouting! Huzzah! That's really cool. Clarifying things about watch hours. I'm in surround sound, says Radio Jonesy on tour. Mobius, Shawnee Grows, are you going to put those under lights? Yes, if they're in the... So these have been on lights this whole time and a fan in my grow station because it's too not stable outside to like try and just do this outside with heavy rains or bad wind or 100-degree weather, 80-degree weather, 70-degree weather. It's bouncing up and down, and I don't want to stress the the cold loving crops out and them like bolt or something, right? So they're in their protected environment in the house, which means I will have to harden these off, which I'm fine with because we're doing this early and we're on time for once. There is some pepper plants. New horizons above and beyond. Welcome to our planting party. I gave into temptation and purchased 2 more pepper plants and planted them today. Hi there, Tammy. Because it's too late to start peppers from seed at the moment. Yeah, it is for me too. Howie, greetings to our plant party. Bowtie is going to start fall planting. I'm going to use loofah hollowed out as a seed starting pod, biodegradable and truly root permeable. Well, that is something I've never heard of before and awesome. And I know you're going to video that. Cumin seeds. What did you say earlier? I don't even remember. You'll probably have to like have it in a container and grow it in the house. I don't know if does it get wintry where you are? Oh, Dave's gonna do the second round of carrots and beets. The plant do better started around a full moon. Something about like gravitational pull, I thought. Yes to fall garden, says Jay, not in any way organized, quite random. What? Adam says to Dave, put me in the shortest timeout you know you want to. Robin says, it seems like different devices count as views. Oh, on the same Wi-Fi. Okay, if the same Google account is not on the device, does that make sense? Okay, more explanations. Thank you guys, because I don't know. Yeah, support each other, watch each other's content. Okay, so leaf structures. We need something, we need a balance. I don't know where to go next. This is where I'm like, I just want to quit. I only need to do the ones that are super jam-packed. Because if there's like a 3 in there, I might just leave those guys to grow up stronger. So look at this mess. Okay, obviously this guy hanging out on the side we're not keeping. He's compost. Or microgreens. I mean, I could eat the tops of these, technically. Which I might do that. Let's fill up a tray. I do have a towel below my hand right now, so I'm not like totally doing whatever to my computer right now. There's a towel there. It's okay, guys. It's just so cool to see the roots and the leaves. What is this plant? What do we know? Is it a cabbage? I really like the surprise of not having things labeled. It's more fun. Oh, see, I don't know. I kind of like that has a root system and a stem, but I kind of ripped on it a little. So because we have so many, I might just go with this taller one. Or wait, there's 2 there. Do I want the taller one or the shorter one? Does that mean it's leggy if it looks like that? Maybe I'll take this one. I know I need to feed them. Like I said, I forgot my worm castings to put in here. So I could top dress with some worm castings. It's at the garden. So what I'm gonna have to do is the the nitrogen. The fish emulsion is at the garden too. I'll just have to grab both and do a feeding after these guys kind of settle in to have enough nutrients to keep them going, since they're not going in their in-ground home till probably August, because I don't know, I need it to be not crazy heat, and they need to be stronger, more root systems, and hardened off, just so they can have some success, I feel like. And sometimes there's a shock, and some of these might not make it, and that definitely happened with the tree project that I started. I think maybe 5 trees are still alive in the containers when I pulled them out of the ground. So that was a learning lesson of a lot of things. Don't be rough. Make sure you get the whole root system. They're walnut trees, and I have plenty more volunteers to. I want to move them to somebody's woods and plant them, but I haven't done it. I kind of want them to do it. I kind of want to just hand them the pots and go, here. Here's some free trees. Now plant them. All right. So that one's done. Yeah, I'm just leaving those in the compost pile. 30 minutes in. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cells up potted. Which one looks like a mess in here? You? Do you get to be the winner? I can't remember if my kids helped me plant these. They might have. They usually do. It's like that one's not. I'm not saving that one. This one feels okay, even though it looks short for root growth. That one's long. Come on. Here we go. All right, everybody's in their own home. Now I will backfill. And then I'll talk about my calendar for fall crops. I do have another round of carrots going. So I've done 3 successions now. I still haven't went to the store and bought any kale. I have time. And then I haven't bought a cover crop either for the whenever late fall, over winter. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I think I'll do it again. Like I did last year. We'll see. Okay. Oops. Trying to scoot my chair and I pushed the table. Back into the chat. Dinner is cooking. What's for dinner, Jay? Full moon means big tides in Tasmania, says Radio Jonesy on tour. Mobius is 5B, very wintry. Yeah, I'd say I'm 5A barely, 4B mostly. Many culinary herbs that come inside for winter, right? Yeah. Remember to hit the thumbs up. Oh, what? You drove to the airport to drop. Yeah, that was today. 140 miles? Ouch. There is new stuff in the garden, says New Horizons Above and Beyond. You'll be doing a video on it tomorrow sometimes. Yeah, no labels. Weehaw. Robin, I'm the opposite. I really like to know what I'm growing. A bit anal. However, one year I had a dump over mess happen and I had an unknown mess and it all worked out fine in the end. Yeah. Sometimes I use painter's tape and like what the rows are. I didn't do that day apparently. Some of the transplants of rosemary may have not made it. Says Bowtie. Yeah, like you have so many. That's Yeah, the record keeping we talked about, was it yesterday, how I'd like to get better at pinpointing which specific type of cabbage grows well, bugs don't want it, tastes the best, produces the quickest. Well, I didn't write anything down, so I don't know. The chickens unlabel your stuff? That's hilarious. Mother Garden Club, welcome to this. It's basmati rice and vegetable shish kebabs? Oh, interesting. Mobius says my plan is every seedling cell is going into a 3-inch square pot, like it or not, and then under the lights inside. That process seems to work best for me. I do have 2x2s and 3x3s. So like so when you transplant something, it slows its growth down. So if I get to the point where these are outgrowing this space, and for some reason I can't put them outside, I could transplant them into a 2x2, 2-inch by 2-inch container, but that slows growth down. So it's kind of like in the situation what I need to do, what I want to do. Andrew, good evening, everyone. Hello, it is good to see you. I'm playing with my plants. Chickens are so helpful, aren't they? We're down to 45 out of 54 of the Rosemary series over at Bowtie Life in the Gardens. Gandalf, hey! How's it going? How's your weather? We might have storms later, which I'm okay with. Okay, next. I think we'll keep going till I really get annoyed with this. Not want to do it anymore. Soil in the bottom of the 6th cell. I get my supplies from Epic Gardening and Bootstrap Farmer. I'm going with different leaves. Nothing's labeled. Who has different leaves? You have different leaves than that last one, I think. Taking it out of the 72 cell tray. Here is the plug. The roots are reaching and healthy, and whoever looks the strongest gets to be transplanted. Squish it with my thumb. Pull at the base of where the stem and the root meet. Figure out where the root is. And there it is. Voila. Put it in its own little cell. So it can be a happy little plant. Just like happy little trees over at Bob Ross. Backfill with soil that has been moistened. This is a Fox Farm blend. Today's blend is the Ocean Floor one, the white bag. I usually get the brown bag, which is Happy Frog. I use them both. And again, I forgot my worm castings, otherwise that would be in this mix. So I will liquid fertilize once these have moved in comfortably into their home. They are going under lights in my home in my grow station with a fan. For the lettuce cells, the beets, and the bunching onions, they are just going to stay in the cell they are in now until they are ready to go outside, which means when I put them outside, I guess. To skip the whole hardening off process, my trick is pick a couple of days that are overcast, cool, and raining. And then there could be some stress and some loss, but then I don't have to go with the bring it out, bring it in, bring it out, bring it in thing. So these, I'm doing my fall crops. So I'm using this blue tray to work in. It's one of the 1020s that has holes in it. But these are going to live in a solid bottom 1020 tray for bottom watering purposes. So I am going to just move these so I can have more room to work. And then the other problem that happens when you do these potting projects is I had all these plants in this one space, and now I'm already like halfway filled up with that same space. And technically my grow station is filled with craft supplies, so I'm gonna have to rearrange it um, to fit what I'm doing right now. Technically. Where should I put you? Where do you guys do your up potting? Normally, honestly, people, honestly, I sit in my bed. Or I stand at the kitchen cutting board with the sink behind me. I don't have like a station anywhere. If it just has a few, I'm not doing those ones. I'm only doing the ones that have a crazy amount in them. I need to drain the water out of this bottom tray. It's been sitting in water all day just because I knew I was going to be messing with them. But your bottom watering rules are put water in it, and after 2 hours minimum, whatever's left needs to be drained off. Because if you let it sit in there, you could have a bunch of possibly bad fungal or gnat outbreak or what is it called? Root rot. But I like to bottom water because then the roots reach for the water. Now, when they're first sown, the seeds on the surface, I surface water lightly so I don't rock their life too hard. But once they're bigger, and you just bottom water. And I'm sorry if you're anti-plastic. I'm using plastic 6Ls and plastic 1020s. Plastic to hold my potting soil and a plastic scoop. Sorry. For real this time, I'll read that calendar because I forgot to. After I fill this one tray. I think what we'll do is we'll fill that 1020 tray if I can and then be done with this because I'm already over it. I can't do repetitive work. I'm not a good factory worker. I have to have change. If I'm being honest. And I haven't had supper technically, but I don't know what I want. Okay, so for my area, this is what's suggested. I'm zone 4B, 5A in Minnesota. In July, start your seeds for your broccolis, your cabbages, your cauliflowers. In August, direct sow a dwarf variety of pea. You don't want something that needs to put on a lot of infrastructure. You can direct sow lettuce, and I'm choosing to transplant lettuce. I don't grow spinach. Kale, I need some seeds for. Kohlrabi, I still have in the ground and it's barely doing anything, so that'll just be the fall kohlrabi at this point. Beets, I am multi-sowing in these cells and I'm going to plant them just like that. And when I go to harvest, you just harvest the biggest one out of the group. So the other ones have room. And I already direct sowed beets, so this is a succession. Turnips I don't grow. September, we can put some radish in. October is when we plant our hardneck garlic, usually around Halloween. Oh, I just rammed right into the mic. Sorry, everybody. I was trying to get comfortable here. Where are we at? I have so many things I'm going to comment on that I'm seeing as I scroll up, but I'm trying to get to the first part here. It's 37 and raining with Andrew's weather. Thank you for the update. Adam's 8B last frost is near Mother's Day weekend, and first frost is in October. So you're jealous of the 8-9 zoners? Is that the perfect um, growing amount of days? Wow, a lot of people are like, it wasn't supposed to rain, but it did. Yeah, we had rain this morning, and we're gonna have rain tonight, I'm pretty sure. Tammy started a bunch of rosemary in a big cement planter. It's looking healthy and happy. You have 2 big whiskey barrels that are empty, and you think you'll try more perennial herbs in them. We'll see. Good plan. Adam, or Andrew, I mean, Bowtie. I'm sure you guys talked about this already. Here we go. Yep. Alaska. Bowtie loves Alaska. He probably took a cruise there. Mother Earth Garden Club. I planted cabbage seeds in my garden in the place where I harvested broccoli. Mobius says to Tammy, I am all about the herbs. Andrew's describing his little homeland there. Robin has a question for Shawnee Grows. Have you tried the snail roll method? No. Pretty sure you're the one that I saw did it. You're so hooked, especially for beans and peas. Saves so much compost and space, like the packing foam roll. The best so far. Yeah, I saw it on your channel. I'm pretty sure. And I had never heard of it. Somebody had brought it up to me in the chat on one of my shows way before I met you, and I was like, "The what? The snail what? What do you mean?" And then I got to see you. It's so cool how you unroll it and you just have the plant. I should think about saving something I have to do that next year. And I'll have to watch a video on how to start it. Maybe you have a video on how to start it, how to start a snail roll, because I don't think I saw that part of the procedure. There's a warm winter's day in Tasmania, 49 Fahrenheit at the moment. 76 right now here. Jay Dixon comes in with a pro tip. Let 2 or 3 kale go to seed the next spring, and you will have massive amounts of kale seed forever. They die in the winter here when I leave them in the ground. It's getting cooler by the hour. Robin says in summer for seedlings, I've been having luck just planting out and putting 50% shade cloth over them. I do have shade cloth. I did think about that. Um, like in the spring, what is it called? Cold frame. I have 2 bins that I put either a lid or a glass from a window on to build a cold frame. That was so great. I started so many seedlings outside, but then the weather went wonky. Hot, cold, and everything bolted anyways, but I know I can do it and not have so much space taken up in the indoor grow room, right? A whale washed up, Andrew says, in front of the village. Very, very stink north wind. Oh my. We have in the next 48 hours severe storms possible. Miss Sharon, I drop the seeds in the beds, water and walk away. Only the strong survive here, except peppers, they go in pots. Robin, gardens, the dining room table is the indoor uppotting place, but yeah, my table is full of my kids' toys and markers and colored pencils and a fan and a lamp and a robot at the moment, and somebody's lemonade. We didn't clean up. I just was over it, and I said, just go to bed. If you can, you go out to the potting bench. Less mess to clean up. I don't like doing it outside. I never have. Maybe if I had like a good, fun area. Jay's system. Plants, good food, good, yay. Mobius. Loving my 2-gallon grow bags for peppers. Wow, only 2 gallons? Bojai says, Shawnee grows. Don't apologize for plastic. You reuse it pretty much endlessly. I know, I do too. Yeah, I could like pass these on to my children, I'm pretty sure. But I'll probably still be using them. Mobius says to Tammy, If they are new plants, I would definitely feed until September, then nearly cover with mulch or cloak for a while just before first frost. Just a thought. I do have a kangaroo on my apron. It's a roo. So, cord. What happens is you can it has strings and it has this clip. So I can clip it and it holds it, and then I have a pouch to put a harvest in, but I have it unclipped and loose, so everything would fall right through to the floor to my feet. I just didn't want my clothes all messy, and I'm gonna take this apron off when I'm done with, I don't know, a couple more, and then I'll just be over this. Thank you, Jonesy. I appreciate the comment of looking like a professional gardener today, Shawnee, in my living room. You did take a cruise there. See, I knew it. Howie's leaving. You had a rough day. Please sleep. Please rest. Yes. Have a wonderful night, Howie. I'm sure you've left already. But you'll watch the replay. Oh, well, it doesn't work that way. If you build a cold frame, can you crawl in there in the summer and cool off? You'd have to put yourself in an ice box in the river or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna head up David the Good's live stream on the replay because I want to hear what you guys are talking about. I wasn't gonna move my live. I wanted to get this done. It's impossible to not be live when someone else is live, you know? What is this? Yeah, just 2 gallons on Enoch's show. I understand. They like being a bit confined. Well, I didn't know that. Carol says Bootstrap Farmer and Epic plastic items are totally reusable for so long. Yes, that's why I liked them. Don't you just love the big hole to push the seedlings out on those Epic cells? Absolutely. That's why I bought these and no one else's. My 72 cell has the same holes. Thanks, Gandalf. Well, they're gonna get planted in the garden, hopefully make some food, and then we'll sell the food. That's cool that you can carry those grow bags around, Mobius. Oh, hey, Bobby. Welcome to our plantings party. I've got fall crops that I'm putting in their own little homes to grow strong, to go outside in August. Yeah, I appreciate everyone here supporting me. I know there's a lot of other people live. You can come in and out as you please. Okay. So I talked about the calendar. Like what you're learning, tap the like button. Don't miss or grow. Subscribe. Know a gardener who'd love to share the stream. We are growing our watch hours and channel subscribers and all that stuff. I don't Bowtie. I think the fans, the XP points aren't loading correctly. I don't get it. I went to watch the replay of a live. It was Emmanuel's with Gardner Scott, and like I couldn't see any of Jay Dixon's comments. Like people were talking to her and he was putting comments on the screen, but there was no Jay Dixon in the replay. I didn't understand it. She got magical computer powers apparently. GT Junior grows at Alaska. I see you. I can't touch the computer right now. So here's this one. The root. Look at that. That's from Bottom Watering. I feel like does a really good job. Guess the plant. It's either cabbage or broccoli or kohlrabi. I don't know. We break it up to put it in its own little cell. That one's got that long. I'll tuck it in as best I can. So yeah, technically this is like a microgreen. Like if I was being organized right now, I would be more clean and keep the tops and you could eat them. But I can also just turn them into more soil. Because I don't have anything to feed them to. I am, if I find a piece of wood chunk, I'm pulling that out and putting it in a different cup. Because I don't want that in this. You definitely don't want a wood chunk when you have seeds. That's no good. And I think other people would have fun, like music and banners and videos playing, but not here. You're gonna have to just chat amongst yourselves, entertain yourselves, because that's what moms tell kids to do. It's not my job to entertain you when you're bored. Well, that one doesn't look good. That one's wimping. How do you look? I only want the ones that look good. Backfilling, pressing. I have to see if my tray's full. I don't remember where we're at. Some of these don't have to get transplanted either. Some of them, they will just stay there. Just in case I need them. Just in case I put all these out and they get sabotaged. I can always add more soil tomorrow if I feel like it's settled, and they don't have enough. Okay, let's see. Technically, I have room for 3 more, but I kind of don't want to do this anymore. I'm running out of motivation to play with the plants. So that being said, I think I have to mute because I'm going to bump my mic. Back to regular setup here. I'll go back to the chat for a little bit because I don't want to do that anymore. Nope. Okay, where are we at? Gandalf says the XP stuff is whack. Yeah, we've been going live a lot because we're growing watch hours. What is the current watch hour count? So it's only loaded up to, what did I say yesterday? What day? Oh. So as of July 5th, 2,775. Because, yeah, I didn't go live until July 8th, I think. So that's when we'll actually have hours added to the total. Because it's always 5 days behind. So again, what we've been doing this week, I won't know till next week what we did. And then I have to get approved through the tier system thing. I can't apply for it until I get the thing unlocked. He accidentally hit a button, or she did. We have no idea. There was a button hit somewhere. Thank you all for watching. We did our talk about my fall crops list, the calendar of planting time, how I got the calendar, roots, my North Pole accent. I know, it's so funny, bow tie. Bottom watering is where it's at. Yeah, I highly enjoy it very much. Yeah, Robin talked about the snail roll method, which it's new to me, so I would like it to try it, I think. Miss Sharon says background music on a live is about the best way for me to click out. Oh, interesting. Um, some people's brains, like my husband, he loves to listen to music while doing something, and I just like to listen to people talking about stuff, and I want the music to stop. I want it to get shut off, so kind of hence why we don't do that here. That's a good question, Carol. If the grow bags go in a kiddie pool to bottom water, misting the seedlings daily, bottom water. So delicate. Excuse me? Yeah, so Mark has ADHD and he does like music, and you're saying it doesn't do well with background music. Oh, well, thank you guys. Um, Bowtie says these seedlings better appreciate the commute. 15 minutes is practically long distance parenting. Adam says, spoken like a true gardener, Shawnee. Save them, just in case. Yeah, we're not gonna take them out of there. They can just stay there. Oh, yes, Gandalf, the full moon. We talked about what the name of the full moon is the other night in the book live stream. Gandalf is seeing a really orange one tonight. Yeah, it's one of those things, Robin, as gardeners, when you find something that rocks and works and makes you feel good and maybe saves time or space or resources, you don't stop talking about it, right? Oh, Bowtie says, "How about suggested names for Shawnee Grows' remote garden location?" Question mark. The Survival Squad bed, a themed garden bed with ultra low maintenance, heat tolerant, and drought resilient crops. Yeah, I was thinking of having like a row for experiments, a row for square foot gardening examples, but I have to get that one garden under control before I can do any of that kind of stuff. Trellis Tunnel of Triumph. Barry, it is low in the south, says Gandalf. Driven Fortitude. Oh, I missed you. I watched the replay in the morning. Yeah. That would be great to see what we talked about here. Good to see you. Our botanical bounty. Well, we had to name our homeschool to get the tax ID number, and it's not a very creative name, I'll tell you that, but I can't say it on here. Pollinator Paradise. Well, it's like each garden, like 11 gardens, right? So each one has its own thing going on. So are we naming the overall land, right? You're saying? You can't do background music and talking. Yeah, it's like too much. Storms is on the bottom portion of the property, and the ridge is at the top with the trees in the way. Later in the summer, it will be above the trees again. This was the podcast by Emmanuel, the Growing Generations podcast featuring Gardner Scott. Driven Fortitude. Me too. Just got on my ADHD therapy Zoom. Right on. I love anything from home, by the way, if you guys haven't figured that out. The Garden Experiment Zone. Tinnitus does not do well with background music. Used to love it. Yes, the Buck Moon. That was what the book called it. Sometimes there's different names for each full moon. Resourceful Living Homestead. Is it too late to plant zucchini and yellow squash? Where are you? What's your zone? How many days until your first frost? Those are questions we need to know, because frost would kill a zucchini and yellow squash. Um, Okay, Jay says, Shawnee Grows, in the Emmanuel Gardner Scott show, I was facilitating and was totally visible until the last 5 minutes when Emmanuel accidentally fat fingered. You got hidden? Well, it took you out of the whole replay. That's why. Interesting. Yeah, I was like, what glitch is this? Perennial productivity patch? Buck like a dollar or buck like a male deer? I don't have the book out right now to read it. Okay, Radio Jonesy is the one I'm in competition with to see who gets it first. As of July 5th, he has 2,640 watch hours. And he is just looking at the 4,000 before November. I want to hit 4,000 by October. Once a week wonder. Oh, Bochai says, Shawnee Girls, I'll have to go back and look at that remote garden tour and figure out names for each bed. I had started filming the July one, and then now it's going to be rainy and weird, and I have some stuff I have to do, so um, maybe next week you'll see a video. Gandalf says Buck Moon because deer antlers start growing and are fuzzy. That's what it was. That's what I read. Thank you, Gandalf. Nice shirt, by the way. Yeah. Oops. Dakota. Street City Vans. Dakota Street Vans, not City. But yeah, it's that it's with Vans. What is that called? That monument thing with the faces. Mount Rushmore, right? That's in South Dakota. So it's South Dakota Van Club. Does that make sense? It's soft. It feels pretty cool. Is that next week, Carol? Bowtie is up on Emmanuel's live. If there are any gardeners in the chat, in the replay, seeing this, Emmanuel is looking for gardeners that want to talk about gardening over on his podcast. You'll have a camera and a mic to be on there. Get a hold of him. I'm assuming it says it on this channel how to do that. 7A. Okay. So planting zucchini and yellow squash in July can be beneficial to help avoid some of those pests. And you should be able to get a harvest before your first frost because you're going to direct sow it, or do you have transplant? What are you doing? Do you have transplants, resourceful living homestead, or are you just going to direct sow? So let's see. Maturity time zucchini usually takes 55 to 65 days. I would say go for it. It's not late. That was the question, right? Plant it. Do it. Driven Fortitude says, me too. I'm such an introvert. I homeschool my youngest. Yeah, we homeschool. I work from home. I do this home thing. Jonesy's rocking out to music. That doesn't surprise me. The frost isn't there till November. Yeah, you've got time then. Get them in. Get the seeds in or the transplants, whatever you have. Okay, it is next Wednesday. Tips and Tools, Growing Generations podcast has Bowtie Life in the garden there, and there's the link because the live's already set up, so you can go in there and subscribe and get notified and all that stuff. The music in stores is awful for my sensory brain and body. I can't handle it. Bowtie says to Robin, I have really bad tinnitus. This morning during dental cleaning, the girl hit a tooth, and my left ear sounded like it had a real loud whistle being blown in it when she did that. The race is on, Boomerang. That's right. Yeah, we're all neurodivergent here. We might have to make a shirt for that, huh? The Grotel. Pest Hunter Outdoors. Hey, we did stuff with plants, but now we're just hanging out because I'm sick of playing with the plants right now. I'm doing fall up potting. Tier system. YouTube makes your cry to climb up the benefits ladder. It's a play on words, isn't it? Offsite sprout spa. You can probably hear my dog. I'm sorry. Pet peeve: TV running at restaurants with the sound turn off. Oh, really? You don't like that, huh? I don't like eating in restaurants. I can't do it. I hate it so much. Oh, you have your crown back? Oh, look at that, everyone. Bowtie has his #1 crown. Okay. Gandalf says, Shawnee, did you see Reventh, which is Star Homestead India, is hoping to come to the US next year? Well, I feel like he's been talking about that for 3 years. I know that he's had a lot of issues with where he lives, and that's a bummer. And if he actually gets to live out that dream, more power to him. Bochai's scheming over here. If you want to knock me out of #1, you have to get Shawnee up to 3,000 hours, and then I can apply for the first tier monetization thing, and then I can get super chats, and then we can play games. Resourceful Living Homestead, the squash bugs killed mine. You don't have transplants, starting fresh from seed. Yep, and you might outrun the squash bug season then that way too. And so then next year you can have 2 different rounds going. We can have all kinds of things unlocked on the channel. It's going to be cool. I'm not going to spill the beans though right now. Once all set up, I will. Radio Jonesy says, can you see what zone I'm in for Bernie, Tasmania? Because I need a secretary. Of course, for you. Australia Interactive Plant Hardiness Zone Map. 10B? Wow. It goes by like your lowest and highest temperatures. So minimum temperatures between 1.7 Celsius and 4.4 Celsius. So you do get a freeze, a frost, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, Burning Tasmania is in a USDA hardiness zone 10B. That's a long growing season. What is this, what's this map? Maybe I can show it. Okay, there's Tasmania. What's that color? Okay, so how do I... What's this thing? I don't want to see that. I'll show you. Okay, so here's Australia. Oh, whoops, I zoomed out. And then Tasmania is here, right? And there's these colors at the top that give you the zone 9B, 10A, 10B, 11A, 11B. So that's what that is. When is Bobby's first frost date? 8A? Oh, that scared me. I don't remember what state you're in. I might need more information, but not too much information. Because I don't remember what state you're in. It could be anywhere between November 7th and November 28th. The way you do it is, what is my USDA zone? And you type in your zip code. But don't give me that information. But you can do that in Google, and then it'll give you your first and last by the Farmer's Almanac. Okay? So like, let's say, because I hate math, let's pick November 7th. How many days until November 7th? 120 days left until you get frost. Now, there are crops that can handle frost when they're mature. So you have 120 days left in your growing season to plan accordingly. Bobby. You have a dog? Yeah. He's he's sleeping. German short hair pointer, male, named Cam Oliver. His dad's name was Oliver. You don't mind the TV in restaurants as long as the closed captionings are turned on. I mean, come on. Yeah. Radio Jonesy's talking about the lyrics to the song and the way he hears them. It's August of 2026. Wow. I think I fell asleep. You guys were talking. He came in and I said, hey, and then I'm pretty sure I went to bed because I shouldn't have been up anyways at that time. It was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 in the morning when I was in your chat. Adam says, so many lives I want to catch. 10 plus hours a day at work, 5 days a week, plus family and garden time. I guess replay it is. Yep. And sometimes you skim it, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you want to see every second. Richard says, morning, Shawnee Grows. Hey, we were working with these fall crops here. Some of them I transplanted into their own 6 cell, so they have their own space. Some of them are just staying in their modules, so I can transplant them the way they are. Like, I'm just leaving all the lettuce together, and then I'll harvest as I need them. The larger beet, the larger lettuce, and then everyone else has places to grow, space to grow. When it's time for my area to put that out. These need to be hardened off, though, because they've been living inside. Eating out is so much money. It's so much money. Miss Sharon listens to replays while working in the garden. I like to do that too. Mobius likes the no cry zone for the garden name. Jody Genealogy, hey! We're just talking now at this point. I did a bunch of plant moving and I got sick of it, so we're not doing that no more. Driven Fortitude. I need to learn how to start a small garden on the East Coast. I'm from Cali, where everything grows. So what you gotta do, if you're in Facebook land, is look for either your state gardening group or your county gardening group, and in there, someone's gonna have a calendar of when things go in the ground or get started and direct sown or transplanted, all that stuff. You need a little gardener buddy, and it can be in the computer. You don't have to meet him. I know we like to stay in our house. If you don't want to do that, you can go into Seed Time. I think there's the free version. We used to talk about this. I don't remember because I don't use it. Seed Time, you like type in your information and it gives you an option to type in the crop you want to plant, and then it puts it on a calendar. And I'm pretty sure all of that is in the free version of Seed Time. But I would ask a gardener that lives there. And like I said, you can do that on the internet. You don't have to go find somebody if you don't want to. Barry checked on little gardens today after the slumlord left. It's looking very, very green. Great. The rough patch. You're at the top on the left of the island. Yeah, when I typed in Bernie, it said whatever I told you. Mother Earth Garden Club, I eat out rarely and my daughter is here from Arizona and wants to go for lunch tomorrow. Pick and choose wisely if you're not used to it. I love going out to eat and I'm highly addicted to it. I like to get a salad with soup and chocolate cake. I like to get pizza and wings. I like Chinese food. I like chips with salsa and queso and taquitos. Those are all things I get out to eat. Um, Robin is actually growing zucchini a bit later. Okay, what does this say? Actually growing zucchini a bit later often avoids the squash vine borer. I often roll the dice on that. For flower or pollinator beds, the buzzing booth, nectar drama, and high-pitched conversations. If you have really good names, we could potentially make signs for each plot. It's West Central Arkansas. But yeah, you can type in your zip code in the Farmer's Almanac and it'll tell you. It gave me the same window. So, I mean, it could be anywhere from November 4th, November 7th, November 28th. You can also keep track of yourself in your own log of when the frost came. Because this takes an average of, 10 to 30 years and puts them together, poops out an answer. That doesn't mean it's actually going to happen. Then, Richard, we are midwinter. My peas have started flowering. The butternut squash are doing well and should start flowering October when it's warm again. Wow, it's going to be warm in October already? I feel like that's like right around the corner. I missed who you're talking about. I'll have to go back um, in the replay and read some of this. Driven says, oh wow, yes. All three others are grown and gone, but the little one is 14 and on the spectrum. The pandemic helped me to homeschool, and we love it. Yeah. We had a situation. The oldest kid was fine. It was an outdoor adventures school. And then I still decided to homeschool based on his great experience. The second kid went to the same program, got kicked out of it, went into a inside the building program, got kicked out of that. And I was definitely not sending them to public school after that situation. And then we always have those season extenders on the shoulder seasons. Pest Hunters is reminding us about if you have something out that is frost tender to think about using tools like blankets or water barrels for thermal mass heat to kind of get you through. If it's just one little dip in the weather and then it's going to stay warm overnight after that, you just want to get through that little hump, but also just grow things that do well in the weather for that time, right? It's good to check your plants daily if you can for the bugs and eggs and life cycles. Yep, absolutely. We were joking about that last night, that the dog is just a pillow. Floral and disorder. Pomeranian wanted a cuddle, so he's in the lap. The pups are asleep on the bed, says Mother Earth Garden Club. Oh, you gotta charge that up now. I can't believe you're doing that, Bowtie. It's crazy. Bowtie's also working on watch hours, so binge watch some of his content. And he's gonna hopefully do some live streams. For up-potted seedlings heading out to the remote garden, the travel potty. Yeah, that's the other thing. I have to drive these in my vehicle out to the garden and not have them dump all over. I don't know what I said, but sure. Maybe it was about a Facebook group. Just type in the search box your state gardening group. Maybe. Pest Hunter Outdoors has another suggestion about universities, like Minnesota State University, going on Google and asking for a crops list planting schedule. They usually have a list of specific types and varieties too sometimes. And soil testing. Jay also has a suggestion. You can type in seed starting chart, your zone and city, probably even zip code, and get results. No, I don't want any more names. Bow tie. You can find a YouTube channel too with one, but I like the personal experience of the gardening group because you can ask a question in there directly. I don't know. It just feels more intimate than like a YouTube channel. A lot of the conversations right now in the gardening group are, "What is this on my plant?" Yeah, it could be the full moon triggering headache. I like the Farmer's Almanac. Yep. Oh, you get the daily emails. I get something somewhere from them. I don't think it's emails. Now we moved on to dog Q and A's. Bow tie helps to have some kind of greenhouse situation. If it's heated, even better. Richard reads the seed packet and then uses Google Photo to search to check what the plants are when they're growing. Discovered that the cucumber is loofah cucumber. Jay says 1 year I used hoops and covers and extended my season about 10 weeks past last frost. Wow, 10 weeks past last frost date? 5 bushels of. That's huge. What? Mrs. Bowtie will be my producer. She agrees she will do it after I finish the remodel. So, like, year 2048. Oh, yeah. That's how we treat children is you get this when you. She's doing that to you. Bobby says I check my plants every day. Missed 2 2-foot long asparagus spears. Yes, I ate them right out of the garden. Right on. The extension office website. Yeah, that's with the Minnesota State University for me. For Kentucky, it's the AG Ag Department, University of Kentucky, in your local county extension office. For Carol, here it's the University of Maryland Extension. What? Maryland? Oh, maybe you're helping someone, because you're not in Maryland. Maryland? Maryland? Don't make fun of me. Gandalf also likes the Farmer's Almanac emails. There are calendars at the extension services. Remodel the kitchen? Sure. Remodel the wife? Wait, what? UCLA extension. Yeah, every state should have some kind of source. That is great. You tried remodeling Mrs. Bowtie once. She filed for a zoning violation. Do you have a permit for that, Bowtie? Ooh, Jay, the last guy who tried to remodel his wife now lives in the shed with the garden gnome. You can up-pot seedlings, but not spouses. Pest Hunter Outdoors, I went to the Texas A&M to get my list for the garden. Every state has an extension service, and they usually have a planting calendar. Yeah, okay, I thought so. All good. All good. Yeah. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and come back to comment. Yeah, it's fun to talk to people after the fact. We do have some stuff brewing. We still haven't had our garden decor conversation. So oops, I bumped the mic. Ideas on how to approach decor in general. Is there a math, a science, an equation, a formula to it? We're going to talk about it. And I think we're going to do a show about garden surprises. What would that be about? What do you think? There's some other things that we could talk about, but I'm not fully feeling drawn into that conversation, so I don't know. I'm not advertising those yet. Minnesota? Minnesota? How to. Minnesota? Is that what you're looking for, Adam? Minnesota. I don't know. Minnesota. Bow tie. I don't need a permit. It's all indoors. Not their jurisdiction, but my building code inspector is also a subscriber to my channel named Griffin. He's a neighbor too. I have a lot of stories about this topic because of my family business. Minnesota. Where did that go? Right here. Garden decor ideas, yes. Yeah, we could definitely flip through videos and pictures on that show. You know what I mean? Mobius is in it too. Minnesota. Yeah, we're so glad to have you. Ask questions and learn. We might do a show where it's like the top 5 mistakes for gardeners, right? Jay, today I surprised another community garden by weeding and mulching her plot. Oh, she caught me when I was at 75% done. Look at you. That's like, oh, it left my brain. I feel like I had a word for that. It's not Secret Santa. That's not the word. But now that's the word coming out. Oh, yeah, you betcha. Oofta. Oh, you know. What does this one say? Radio Jonesy. I've been doing the laundry, baking in the oven, and entertaining little Charlie. Still here watching on all the devices. Baking in the oven. What is baking in the oven? What are you baking? What? Did I miss that from earlier? I don't think you told us. Is it chicken and rice again, Jonesy? Farmer's Almanac is a website or a book you can get or an email. Like just Google Farmer's Almanac. It's fun to read. They have like on Facebook, Farmer's Almanac has a page and you can follow them and then it'll be in your news feed information that they post. Well, thank you, Carol. Pest Hunter Outdoors, pro tip, keep a trail camera in the garden as well. I love that idea. I am not allowed to have one on this property that I don't own where I garden. It's a lamb roast. Whoa. Whoa. Do you have like potatoes and carrots in there? Oh, Gandalf says Charlie needs a treat. Charlie, are you listening? Where's your treat? Leg of lamb roast. What seasonings are on that lamb? Oh, here's a website. Thanks, Jay. Carol had a bad experience with the trail cam because it got water in it. Bummer. Yeah, they do sell like a physical copy at the store. But for those of us that don't like going in stores, you can order it online and have it delivered. Find your grow zone here. Oh, that's a good question, Mobius. Mint jelly, I hear that a lot. Pairs well with the lamb. Okay, yesterday, potatoes and carrots, onions, and sweet potatoes. Leg of lamb, huh? We tried to cook some kind of lamb. I don't remember what part. It didn't go well. Oh, Carol. Oh. That Advil upset your stomach. Okay. I have to figure out. Oh, it's 10:21 at night here. We've been on for an hour and a half. We probably should call it. I'm supposed to have supper Put all this away. I don't know what I'm gonna do after that. Find somewhere to hang out on YouTube, I guess. Because I'm not going to bed. Tammy says, people say we talk fast in Minnesota from my previous job. I'd say it's true. Oh, do we talk fast? So I have a situation directly on my husband's side that says downshift, Shawnee, because when I talk too fast, I need to slow down kind of a thing. Carol says, my mom used to do lamb chops. Her dad loved them. I love tiramisu. We used to have a chef in town that made it, but they moved to New York. Yesterday? How did that word appear? Are you talking to your phone again? Alright. Okay, Robin. I love lamb, seasoned with rosemary, thyme, salt, pepper, mustard, and garlic. Whatever. Your phone is not haunted. Yes, thank you all for joining us in the chat. Get your last sentences out. Minnesota is not known in the U.S. from talking fast. I don't know what we're known for, honestly. I don't go anywhere. I don't travel outside of. So, Miss Sharon, I got an email about my website, and I don't even know if it works anymore. I have not looked into it. So, thank you for putting it out there, but I'm sorry if it doesn't work anymore. um, Bowtie, I'm at the end of my. No one's reading me anymore. Did I get hidden? I can't believe you're awake, Bowtie. Did you sleep at all? And when do we get to find out about who was in your yard today? Charlie does have his own channel, by the way, everybody. Gandalf, thanks for sharing. Jay says most of the Midwest terms and accent is very similar to a lot of Canada. Not everywhere. Don't you know? Yeah, it depends on where. Barry's singing songs. It does work right now? Okay, yeah, because I got some weird email about it. Oh, it's tomorrow? I thought it was today. Okay, I gotta wait then. I'll just bug you about it tomorrow. You had to cut the grass? To get ready for said person? That was polite of you. You didn't have to. Was that part of their agreement or their, you have to have cut grass in order for me to come over? Oh my goodness. Did he earn his crown? Oh yeah, you still got your number one crown, Bowtie. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I probably won't be live, to be honest. We haven't had a whole lot of mail this week. I work with mail, for my job. We're not supposed to be busy in the summer, but we had been busy, and it was a bunch of, you know. Tammy Harder, South Florida people have said that about us Minnesotans for real. No long southern drawl. It's the high inspector. Oh, Radio Jonesy says, yes, when my wife gets home, the laundry is done and a baked dinner. What's dessert? Oh, wait, are you guys on the diet? Did you start the diet change lifestyle eating thing yet? Bowtie was up at 4:24 after staying up till midnight. With all of you nuts! Yeah, go to bed. You need to be rested for tomorrow's festivities. Oh, I keep bumping the mic. Sorry. Cheesecake. Bobby says almost the entire church came over to help me. Oh, that is so cool to get control of your yard again. I love that. Team effort. Bowtie says to Radio Jonesy, I do our laundry too. I finished the minute Mrs. Bowtie walked in the door. It was nice chatting with all of you, says Tammy. Radio says, no, I am having a week off. Yeah, and so you're going to go live. Right? Well, you're going to go live Saturday, live at 5, Radio Jonesy. Radio J Talk. That's still a thing, right? That wasn't just a one-time thing. Yes, okay. All right. What's this one say? Our church has a garden ministry. We help people with their gardens. Oh, look at that. Steph is here from the Groves Emporium. Variety reseller. Check her out on her channel. What? Carol says that is comparing you to Deep South, though I guess it depends on the person from Minnesota. The Dutch talk a bit slower up there. Oh, well, Minnesota's a huge place. You get all kinds of things. Week of the diets. Thanks all must rest by. Off. Radio. This is the week off the diet. But you have been doing it? Okay, I wondered. You don't ever talk about it much anymore, but it's, hey, good to see you. We're gonna say goodbye. Good night. Peace out. Have a good day, depending where you are. Do great things. Robin's Gardens. Robin Gardens. Night night all. Fun stuff, Shawnee. Yeah, I gotta clean this mess up. Oh, what does Adam say? I crud. I gotta start laundry in an hour from bedtime. I think I need to put mine in the dryer. I do mine at night because it's cheaper for power. Tomorrow night we're gonna do a live at South Florida Sunshine Tropicals. Good. I was reading it weird. Tomorrow night, 10:30, my live. Good night. There, that's what it says. Good night, Barry. All right. What is this? We have solar. It's all the same price for us. For oh, geez, Bowtie. Good for you. Happy wife, happy life. You know what I'm saying, says Radio Jonesy. Just finished Tuesday through Thursday, says Carol. Good night, Pest Hunter Outdoors. Good night, everyone, Gandalf. Richard says, good night, good day. I have 3 hours till sunrise. Oh, my goodness. The sun isn't even up yet. Thanks again, says Gandalf. I thought you were hitting the button. I rushed. Yeah, sometimes I'm just like, peace, bye. It's one of those moments where it's like, do you go 20 more minutes? No, I don't think so, because I'm kind of hungry. Mad Farm, good evening. We are finishing up our conversation about what we're growing for the fall. I had some plants that I messed around with and then got sick of it, so we just sat here and talked about gardening, because why not? Robbie says I have solar too. $13 bills for the last 3 months. What? There's the link for stuff. Thank you. Variety reseller. What does this one say? Bochai says, how many good nights can we get in before she kills us? Well, it's the Minnesota goodbye. You ever heard of that? Maybe there is one of those in every state. Cool. $25. Wow, that's cool. Y'all solar people. All right. Grow every day in every way.